U.S. stocks just suffered their biggest one-day decline since June of 2020. Here's why an inflation surprise tanked the market. So this is from Insider. Dow slumped 3.9%, S&P 4.3%, NASDAQ tumbled 5.2%. Investors also sold bonds, oil, gold, cryptocurrencies in response to a bleaker economic outlook. The frantic sell-off was sparked by the release of U.S. inflation data on Tuesday, which showed that in August, the CPI rose by 0.1% month on month, compared with the expectation of 0.1% drop. In contrast, year-on-year inflation came in at 8.3% from 8.5% in July, from the 40-year high of 9.1 in June. Faster month-on-month inflation signaled to investors that the Fed was unlikely to curtail its rate hikes anytime soon. It also fanned concerns that the central bank would approve a bumper rate of 0.75 basis points, or about 100 basis points in September meeting, and interest rates might peak at a higher level than previously expected. So Dow right now is at what? Roughly 31,000, give or take, right? I think it was at 30-something yesterday, right? 31,000, 30.
Yeah, it's at 31 right now.
Okay, it's at 31 right now. How, and this goes to both of you guys, how bad can this thing get? Okay, if you go to a 5-year, click on the 5-year and go up a little bit so everybody can see it. 5-year low is, take that out, that doesn't count because that's the fear of COVID, so 19.1. Let's take that one out. That's a real number right there in 2019, 22.4. And then if you go to the last one, there's 22.2, right? That's only 5 years ago. So we can say 22 was the low in the last 5 years, and the high that we hit was what? 36 and change, 36.5, something like that, okay? Mm-hmm. So how low can this thing go from where it's at right now with 31.1? If we keep getting reports like the one that came out a couple days ago, how low can this thing go?
I'm over and under at 28.5 right now. Just looking at it, that's my over and under right now. What's your watermark?
What I've found is, again, we do a trend line about where we think reasonable value is and where are we in relation to that. And that trend line reflects where the earnings growth are, where's the earnings relative to the GDP of the country, where it is relative to cyclically adjusted earnings, all those kinds of things. Those measures would say that we are about 30% above trend line, 20 to 30, somewhere in there, which might be consistent with what you indicated there. And that's the problem, and why I just don't know exactly what to put there with that answer to that question, is that when you get into a sell-off and you get into any kind of a crisis that's caused by a shock of some kind, and you often go well below a trend line.
Yep.
And I'm just trying to keep making the points on several of these asset categories, particularly residential real estate, commercial real estate to a degree, a little less, but still, and with stocks. All of those are well above their trend lines and are vulnerable and could easily have those kinds of 20, 30% corrections.
Can you go to max? Go 10 years. Go to max and see if we can do 10 years. It's not letting you do 10 years. What is 10 years ago? I'm so curious. So 20, okay, right there. All right, 13,000. Mm-hmm. 10 years ago, Dow was at 13,000. And it went all the way up, and then the drop right there. So it's been so the economic expansion started when? Go to 2008. Economic expansion
right
started
after the crisis.
Yeah. So from there, look what's happened. It's just gone up. And don't even look at that COVID thing. That's fake. That's not real. That should be erased, right? Because that's just.
You mean the major dip?
No, that's not real. That's fake. That's the when you know.
Just fill it in. It keeps going up.
So
like
just
this.
keep going up. That's not. That's not real. So if you go to 1994, go to 1990. Okay, right there is fine. 1994. Okay, so what happens? From 94, it's what, 36. It goes up to what? Keep going, keep going, keep going, keep going, keep going. It goes from go right there. It goes up to 10.7. 36 to 10.7 is what? 3x.
It's year
3x.
2000.
Okay, but now look, from 10.8 to go to 2007. Go back a little bit. Go back a little bit. Go back a little bit.
Pretty flat.
It's flat for a decade. If you look at that, that is flat for 1 decade. And then all of a sudden, boom, it goes up from 10.6 to how high does it go, 13 or 15? No, right before that. Yeah, so 13.3, 13, 14,000.
Yeah, September of 7.
And then it drops to how low right after 08? 7,700. And it goes from 7,700 in 09.
Remember, that was 50% at that point.
But this is the part from 7,700 to 36,000. in 14 years. I mean, that the GDP, we haven't grown 4 times. We haven't grown 5 times. So I don't know. I'm not here, this this podcast changed a little bit. People right now are probably having to go to the bathroom, but it
might have a run on the banks.
yeah,
pretty soon.
I mean, it may be like they're at their job. They just dropped their phone at their job, and boss is tapping them on their back and saying, "Don't touch me, Johnny. I'm an important podcast with the CEO of WAMU."
That's right. It's not a COVID toilet paper shortage anymore. It's a market toilet paper shortage.
But all I'm saying is, for something to grow that much, okay. So from 11 thou to 36 thou, okay, 3.6 times, 3.5 times. Have people's salary increased 3.5 times in 14 years?
No.
Hey, what was the average income in 2009? Just go look up the average income, average U.S. median income in 2009.
Use
okay?
median, not average.
Median income in 2009. Let's actually see it. Median income 2009. Okay, which is what?
38,000.
What does it say? Zoom in a little bit so we can see it. All right, 51,000. Fine. What is it?
That's household, though. That's household.
Fine. Go use that one. Use the household. Same exact comparison. Bring it today. So it was what? Household was what? 50.
Yeah. You can put in individuals, see what happens.
Okay, so 51. Fine. Go to 2022. What does it say? Yeah, their income didn't go to 118.9 million. Median income.
Right there. Hit that.
All right, what does it say? 79.7. That's an increase of 40%.
That's family income, though. That's important. That's a household.
Which one's the household? Yeah, that's exactly what we're comparing. 59 to 79 is a 40% growth. Okay, 38% growth. Fine.
Life around you.
That's gone up 3.6. This isn't real, guys. This is fake. You just have to understand this is not real. Everything is financed. It's not sustainable.
So if you like this clip and you want to watch another one, click right here. And if you want to watch the entire podcast, click right here.